Hi guys, welcome to my trades today. And today we've got two awesome trades for you. So we had the GBPNZD and we had the USDCHF, which is on the screen right now. So starting off with this USDCHF today, as you can see, it looks a bit different. I added standard deviation channels. So they say that standard deviation channels price must move within the channel, right? Price respects the channel, it goes up, it bounces back, it goes down, up within the channel, right? I just refer to them as simple support resistance points as well in the channel, right? Because when price hits the bottom band, it usually bounces up, and then sometimes it breaks, sometimes it just plays within there, but then we'll get into that later on. So on this perfect USDCHF situation, we have a sort of classic head and shoulders pattern going on here, right? Head and shoulders business. So we see yesterday price was higher than Wednesday, and then price was higher than today as well, right? But then today price got a little bit higher than Wednesday, so giving us that whole shoulder, head and shoulder situation. But we're not really into that. We are into divergence, or we are into going in with the trend, because those are a bit more sure than anything else, right? So anyway, in this situation, we are going with the trend. As you can see, the market sentiment open negative, and probably we're looking for short opportunities. We're looking for sell opportunities, irregardless of what the standard deviation channels are saying. As you can see, they are pointing up to show that it's a strong uptrend. We're going opposite, not willingly, but looking at the situation. We follow market sentiment. We're trying to rub shoulders with the market makers in there, do whatever they're doing. If they're selling, we want to be selling with them. You know the saying, if you cannot beat them, join them. So we just want to join them, make money with them, and then pull out of the markets as soon as we can. Get a 50 pips, get 100 pips, and then that's it. So 1 or 2 trades a day, and then that's it as well. So anyway, in this case, as I said, we're looking to go with the trend, right? So as you can see, shoulder, head, shoulder on that situation, and then market sentiment is negative. We're looking for a pullback. So at this point here, exactly at 6 a.m. in the morning, it was a nice entry there. We jumped in there, and then right now we're sitting on about 60 pips, which is very awesome for USDCHF and for a Friday as well, right? So this just goes on to show that sometimes these indicators or these standard deviation channels, they'll show you something, but then always follow smart money, right? Try to jump in where market makers are playing through, right? So going on to our next trade, we have a GBPNZD. So you guys know I love the pound pays, the pound moves, and you get something every week, if possibly every day. The pound does something unique, right? So anyway, as you can see now, on our standard deviation channels today, as of Monday, right, price has been respecting the channel, right? Up there, came down on the same day. The following day it went up, tried to pull back, went up again, and then it went down yesterday. And then when it came up, so when we got here in this situation now, we have a divergent situation going on. So you know very well, we deal with divergence, we deal with going with the trend, nothing else, right? So it's either we're jumping in the trend or we're jumping in a diverging situation. So this is a divergent situation, and we call this inner divergence, right? So today's high was lower than yesterday's high, and that was a good opportunity to jump into the markets, because we know that market makers are looking for a good short situation in this case, right? So from this point onwards, after price failed to hit the standard deviation channel, the top one there, we knew that okay, we are looking to go short on this trade. And as of now, okay, it was down all the way to the blue deviation there. I'm expecting it to go all the way down to clock it, and then whatever happens from there is none of our business. We've gotten our money, and that will be an 85 pip drop. At the moment, it's really sitting on about 50 pips, right? So we have a 50 pip diverging situation here, and then we've got a 60 pip trend situation here. And as you can see here, price has followed the standard deviation channels going down, but then on our USDCHF, it actually did the opposite. It went opposite way. So as I'm saying here, we always emphasize on being consistent, right? Consistency is the only currency that matters. We come in, week out, we get a diverging situation, we get a trend situation, we get 50 pips in, we get 100 pips at some point, and then that's good money, and then you pull out of the market as soon as you can. So follow smart money, follow market makers. If it does not make any sense, it won't make any sense, right? So the pound is always good if you can catch it at nice reversal points. Basically, the USDCHF did well as well. So I'll be back next week, probably with something as well that we would have taken on a Monday or on a Tuesday. The concept is the same, variations to the theme, right? The trick is always the same. Market makers are always doing the same thing over and over and over again. The simplicity of it makes you wonder if it really works, but there is nothing more to it just besides diverging or just going with the trend, right? So we're concerned about market sentiment, we're concerned about divergence, and then we jump in there, we make some money, and then we're out of a trade. So I'll be back again with more of these, explaining the same thing, and then we'll see from there how many more we can win. So as of the start of our series of our videos so far, the worst case scenario we have gotten was a break-even case, right? Because we know that every time when you catch it at a certain point, it has to reverse. As soon as it reverses, move your stop loss to break even, or move your stop loss into a 50 pip or 100 pip situation, and then you're out of the trade as soon as possible. Let the markets do their thing, right? So I'll be back again, as I said, next week with more news, with more trades as well, and with the same tricks, right? And then we'll see how far we can take it. So consistency, diverging or we're going with the trend, right? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back later on with more updates on other trades that we would have taken.